storm hits Aragon, turning streets into rivers.
Se están llevando el coche. La madre.
Por favor, la carta. Por favor, me lo tengo seguro.
Está llevando los carros allá, ya les pegó el camión.
¡Dios! ¡Hostia, que me mojo! Se soltó el aguacero desde temprano.
With Valencia's experience, you fear the worst. Warnings have been circulating since midweek that Aragon would be one of the regions hit by the storm this weekend. And since Friday afternoon, heavy rain has been pounding the region. The sounds of the storm have been replaced by flooded streets, heavy rain, and heavy hail. This is especially true in cities like Tarazona, Zaragoza, one of the areas affected by Friday's heavy rains. It felt like hail. It was scary. Carolina Jimenez, a shop owner from Tarazona, told Aragon. Resident Tarazona explained that, due to the heavy rain and hail, the evacuation system in the city center was overwhelmed. Every time this happens, even if it's not a big deal, our business is usually washed away. We're at the intersection of two streets, and all the water from the old town flows down, hits the facade, and divides the two streets, explained the shop owner. However, this time, he confirmed that they had barely time to react and concluded that, given Valencia's experience, we fear the worst. And this wasn't the only region hit by heavy rain in northern Spain. In less than 10 minutes, some stations reported more than 20 liters per square meter, peaking at 100 millimeters per hour, and accumulated rainfall exceeding 30 liters. In towns like Salent de Gallego, in Huesca, rain accompanied by hail and significant temperature drops of up to 15 degrees. Meanwhile, a storm moving from La Almuni to Tarazona had reached such intensity that extreme precautions were required in the region. Tarazona experienced severe flooding from Storm Dana. Streets were flooded, houses were damaged, and weather warnings were in effect in several regions of Aragon due to rain and hail. The city of Tarazona, in the province of Zaragoza, was severely affected Friday by Storm Dana, isolated high-level depression, which inundated roads, homes, and businesses in just 1 hour. Rainfall exceeded 20 millimeters in just a few minutes and caused significant material damage, although no injuries were reported. Given the magnitude of this phenomenon, the Aragonese government activated Level 1 of the Mar emergency plan, which allows the use of local resources, but requires an immediate response. The 112 Emergency Center received more than 30 calls regarding flooding, leaks, fallen trees, and impassable roads in Tarazona and the surrounding area. The State Meteorological Agency issued a new alert for Saturday, warning of severe thunderstorms and hail in western Zaragoza and parts of Huesca and Teruel. An orange alert is in effect in several regions. It is recommended to avoid unnecessary travel and not drive through flooded areas, even if the water level appears low, the Civil Protection warned. This phenomenon raises concerns due to its intensity and speed in a city whose infrastructure is not prepared for sudden heavy rainfall of this magnitude. Authorities praised the rapid response of emergency teams, but warned that the risk remains through the weekend. Rainstorm Dana has hit Aragon hard, triggering emergency level 1. EMET has issued a red alert for extreme risk. Civil Protection is urging residents to take extreme personal protective measures and avoid unnecessary travel in affected areas. Dana, geothermal storm, has already hit Aragon heavily. The regional government has activated the Level 1 emergency status of the Special Civil Protection Plan for Adverse Meteorological Phenomena for Mar due to widespread rain and storms in the region, which have caused 30 incidents in towns in the regions of Zaragoza, Tarazona, and Valencia. In addition to the Level 1 emergency status, EMET has just issued a red alert for maximum risk. The warning area, according to EMET, is between the Ribera del Ebro region of Zaragoza and Zaragoza. Rainfall has reached 100 millimeters, with a probability of between 40 and 70%. Accumulated rainfall in 1 hour, 100 millimeters. A warning is observed for a stationary storm west of Zaragoza Airport, with up to 100 liters reported in 1 hour, EMET reported. A Level 1 emergency is declared when the situation, or its foreseeable development, can be controlled with the resources allocated to Mar. In response, Civil Protection urges citizens to take extreme self-protection measures, avoid unnecessary travel in the affected areas, and always follow the instructions of the authorities and emergency services. According to the Aragonese government, the Aragonese Emergency Center 112 had responded to approximately 30 rain-related incidents in the Tarazona and Moncayo regions as of 9 p.m., including fallen trees and water in roads, garages, homes, and businesses. The center of Tarazona was flooded, leaving several homes and garages inundated, while trees were uprooted. The storm dumped 85 liters of water per square meter in just half an hour, leaving the entire downtown pedestrian area inundated. We received reports of elevator shafts, flooded garages, and several businesses in the city center that suffered flood damage, explained Ana Calvo, counselor for citizen safety. City agencies are removing fallen trees and branches to clear access to the city and restore mobility. Residents were forced to begin drawing water and clearing debris left behind by the strong currents that swept through the city streets. Other areas in the region, such as Calatead and Daroca, have experienced heavy rains accompanied by hail. In the lower regions, it's raining heavily, and there's only a little hail. I don't think the impact will be significant, explained Luis Miguel Quiles of the UAGA Union. In the region, the wheat harvest is in full swing, with 70% of the harvest already completed, and they are anxiously awaiting what might happen in the coming hours. This year, the storm came with extraordinary force, and it's sad to see all the hard work of the year go to waste, he lamented. The autonomous community remains on orange alert in the provinces of Huesca and Zaragoza, as well as in Bajo Aragon. This warning will remain in effect until Saturday. Local authorities have urged residents to exercise extreme caution and avoid unnecessary travel until the situation stabilizes. Emergency teams continue working tirelessly to assess the full extent of the damage and provide assistance to affected households. The fire department has also been deployed to help pump water out of flooded basements and underground parking areas. Several roads in and around Tarazona remain impassable due to accumulated water and fallen debris. Public transportation has been temporarily suspended in some zones, and utility crews are working to restore electricity in areas that experienced power outages during the storm. The City Council has set up temporary shelters for residents whose homes have been rendered uninhabitable. Meteorologists warn that further storms may develop overnight, potentially exacerbating the already critical situation. The State Meteorological Agency, EMET, predicts unstable weather patterns will persist throughout the weekend, bringing additional rainfall and the possibility of strong winds and hail. Local farmers, especially those who have not yet harvested their crops, remain on edge. We've seen entire fields underwater in just a few hours. The economic impact will be severe, said another local grower. Meanwhile, citizens band together, helping neighbors clear streets and offering shelter to those in need, showcasing the community's resilience in the face of disaster.